People need to take a step back from their cell phones and realize that they can't concentrate both on driving and their phones without one suffering. Most cases like Brenda Newman's, it's the driving that suffers, and it's costing lives.
This is a parking lot, a place where cars park, hence the name parking lot. But on July 3rd, it was more than just a parking lot. It was a crime scene, but still a parking lot. I'm Sienna Summers with the 253 report, life or cell phones. The concept of a smartphone has developed substantially from IBM's original smartphone called Simon that had features such as a calendar, address book, calculator, notepad, email, and games. Today, the idea of a smartphone not only has features of the original, but companies such as Handspring, Apple Inc., and RAM have developed the smartphone to load the web, provide access to thousands of applications, and instant access to your personal social media outlets like MSN Messenger, Twitter, and Facebook. These phones have developed a new user addiction, and the results can be seen in today's case. Constable Billy Joe Johnson Walker Jr. was first on the scene of the crime.
When I came to the scene, the victim was unconscious on the sidewalk, and the driver was still in her vehicle, seemingly unconscious, but her phone was still in her hand, and she was texting.
Local experts of the Simon Fraser University that have been studying the subject of cell phone-related automobile accidents have had difficulty agreeing on where to rest the blame. Was it the fault of the driver, Miss Q, or was her cell phone the cause?
We can sit here and bash the cell phones all we want, but the fact of the matter is it's not the cell phone that caused the accident that morning. It was the driver that thought she could multitask. People don't multitask. We're like computers. We have to do one thing after another.
Cell phones have been adapting new technologies and have outpaced the user's control over it. These social outlets are too available and too tempting to us, and the only way to prevent these accidents is to eliminate all smartphone applications, texting, and BBM messaging. Cell phones have made the task of calling someone on the phone and having a real conversation obsolete. Now it has become necessary to use all these different social outlets on our phones.
It's assumed that the younger generations are the one talking, texting, and using their phones, but the facts are out there. 61% of adults said they have talked on their cell phones while driving, compared to only 43% of teenagers who drive. Everyone is guilty of this, and we can see the consequences of their actions.
I was just crossing the street on my way to school, and she came out of nowhere. She wasn't even looking, and it was just too late.
Yeah, I was using my cell phone when I hit the other car. An email came through from my Facebook for my friend's party, and I wasn't going to click attending until I knew my other friends were coming. So I texted her to ask if she was coming, and then my boyfriend called. The summer between me texting and picking up the call, the accident happened.
Texting and Facebooking and all of these other forms of instant messaging have changed the way we communicate, as everything has to be instantaneous with all these mini conversations.
The development of the cell phone has forever changed the way we communicate, and it has broken down old social barriers that have restricted communication in the past. These technological developments need to be controlled, as it is clear that our society cannot handle the responsibility. We must control the development and the uses of the cell phone until our society learns how to use it responsibly.
Whether you think smartphones or the user is at fault, together driving and cell phone use is lethal. It is your choice. Life or cell phones.